said we couldn't run a fast lap to save our lives, but we had really good long run speed. Currently, again, Eckes in the 13th position, Dylan.
Harrison Bergeron just behind him in the 14th spot. Just another base hit type of day, which is what they need after a tough showing at Coda. Had a bad finish by Rand Deason there. Felt like they could have had another top 10. Harrison told me earlier today, everybody on this team is still learning each other. And he said, for me personally, it feels like I've never even driven an Xfinity car. They've changed so much since I last ran them. So getting through the first 3 weeks, relatively unstaged is good. Now they can do some true R&D and learn each other, and Harrison can learn this Xfinity series again.
Yeah, this has been one of the great stories early in 2025. Harrisonburg, AM Racing.
Clear right there. Good job. 20 laps to go.
20 laps to go. We're riding on board with Garrett Smithley. The Dozer, WinchParts.com, onboard camera. And now we go back to the front, the battle for second. 17, Eric Almirola. That car finished second last week with William Byron behind the wheel. Eric Almirola was really good earlier this season, third at Atlanta. And they're going at it here as Justin Allgaier tries to drive away. 1.4 seconds the advantage for the 7 with 19 to go.
Eric hasn't finished worse than third in his last 4 races in the Xfinity Series. These Joe Gibbs cars has been so impressive. But I think Justin Allgaier's best friend right now is Alex Bowman in that 17 car, because he has held up Eric, and Eric's having to move his line, as you see in 3 and 4, running the outside, trying to find clear and find some momentum on Alex Bowman to try and get beside and by him. I think if he did, he might have the speed, but Alex has been able to hold him up, and it's let Justin get out to a 1.6 second lead. Yeah, and he wants to happen what happened right there. He needs a pick of one of the lap cars to hold up the 17 when he has a little bit of a run. He's running high down here in 3 and 4, which is not the preferred line. The bottom is definitely the place to be, but he's doing that. And I think Bowman countered when he saw those runs that the 19 was getting. And it looks like, not going to be able to clear him. But I think he countered with that, Parker, seeing the run that Eric was getting on the exit of the corner. And I think he was listening to you. He might have been, yes. Well, he needs to go high, too, if he's listening to me. Because Eric's outside. If he can stay there to the exit, that's going to give him that preferred groove down in 3 and 4 he was using so well. He's got the momentum. This is what he needed to make the pass. Yeah, but I think Eric's going to need a caution in order to catch Justin Allgaier. He definitely seems like he's a little quicker, and we'll see what kind of laps he can put together right now, because he's going to have a clean lap. Well, the 7 car's still really quick up front. Justin does have a lot of traffic ahead of him that he's going to be catching in the next couple laps. This could really tighten up. It's how you get through that traffic that's going to matter most. And now Eric has been released from the shackles of behind that 17 car, can go and use all the speed that he's had. And the leader almost always gets raced harder than second place. They'll have to fight a little bit harder, these guys. They'll fight the leader to try to stay on the lead lap, not go a lap down in case you get that caution late. And as we look at those lap times right now, Allgaier's still just a little bit quicker out front.
22 cars on the lead lap, 15 to go. Allgaier's led 108 laps today. That's the most laps he's ever led here. But I will say this, let's not forget what happened here last spring when he was dominating this race, led over 50 laps. You get inside of 5 to go, you cut a tire. I mean, it is absolutely never over till it's over. And if anybody knows that, it's Allgaier who's leading as we hit 14 remaining.
Yeah, the issue happened to him with the blown tire, but the one thing we've seen here a lot, you see those cautions come out at the worst possible time if you're the leader.
Go back to it. Here's what happened to him. I mean, on cruise control, right? Going to get his 3rd victory here. All going well. And then down into turn 1. There it goes.
I was just speechless when
And he
that happened.
throws his bumper cover or something, I think.
That late in the run. Normally if you go a tire out, it happens kind of earlier in the run with the sidewall getting broken down, like what we thought happened to that 7 car. It was all discussion.
Yeah, he's gonna throw it.
That line he does down in 3 and 4 where he gets real low on the paint. Did he hurt it there? Did he hurt it going through the shortcut in the dog leg and how aggressive and bumpy it is through there? There's no telling. I think this time around, if he does have a lead like that with 5 to go, he might take it a little easier, but Eric Almirola is starting to catch him at lap 33 the last run. We just hit lap 33 right now. And the throwing of that deck lid was just as disappointing as the tire, but when actually picked it up, chucked it, and it fell right back in place.
I'll say this, though, and you saw it in the bumper just a second ago. He's won a race now in 8 consecutive seasons. So if he wins today or any time this year, that would be 9 in a row. It would put him on par with Kyle Busch and Mark Martin, the best of all time in the Xfinity Series. If you're going to chase somebody down, those are 2 pretty good ones at this level of racing.
Great company to be in.
Guys talk about a late caution. Last 3 Phoenix races have ended in overtime. Allgaier doesn't want that to happen. 11 remaining. And the racing is so good everywhere that certainly could get a yellow flag. And if we did, it would be our 6th of the day. This is Eckes and Retzlaff.
Oh, yeah, I thought the 16 might have been a little upset at the 4 as they drove down into turn 3. And again, it's that
Parker Reslow Meatloaf.
And the 4 car all day long, it looks to me like it's better on the long run than a lot of cars.
Really competitive day for them. Alpha Prime, from the devastation of last week having 2 cars miss the race, to right now have 2 in the top